So, Gerard Carmichael made the news rounds this week because he's Gerard Carmichael when he wants to make the news. Um, whether it's telling friends of yours that you had an affinity for them and you want to know why they don't like you anymore. That's what he did with Tyler the Creator. He said, "I like you. Why you don't like me? I asked you to come to the Emmys with me to hang out, and you didn't want to do it." So that wasn't enough. The very next week, he goes out and he says, "I like to do race based cosplay with my mate, and we do slave and slave master, and we know who's filling each role." Um, he said he likes that. He also said that his boyfriend doesn't like him telling that joke. Um, called out backlash from that. Any thoughts? I don't know.
Fucking weird. Why do we need to know that?
It's crazy because my thoughts about this nigga is the same about him and J. Cole. It's like they just leaning into the trajectory of the can of worms they open. And they're just jumping a lot of steps to end up, and it's looking foolish in its inception. But it's really genius if you think about it, because they're just gonna bulldoze through the ire that was gonna come anyway.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about, but
This
okay.
nigga's just leaning in. The more the motherfuckers say he did this gay shit for a ploy, the more gay shit he does for a ploy.
Yeah, but how's that shit working out for him? I think he's more and more ostracizing himself in this industry. I think he's more and more making himself a figure for ridicule and judgment and
As
ire.
opposed to what was he before, is what I'm saying.
A motherfucker who had a bright career being an industry fucking plant with a spineless ass shift towards life, but you were kind of funny and the shit that you did was kind of decent until they canceled it. But hey,
He tried that shit for 10 years. It didn't work. And now he tried that
what are
shit
you
for 10
talking
years.
10 years? That show wasn't 10 years ago.
Huh?
That shit.
That show was the end of his run. That show was the end of Carmichael's run.
I don't know him from nowhere before that. You said
Because
he was
he
10
didn't
years
just get a
before
show
that?
out of nowhere. He was on the rise in the scenes. He was making shows. He was the it guy in behind the scenes. He had a couple of high shows, and then he got that show. And
Yeah, I
then
don't know. I don't know what shows he was on.
I don't
So I
mean
can think.
shows like that. I meant comedy shows. He had a couple popping specials.
I don't remember no specials from this motherfucker before
Google
that.
them. They didn't just get a nigga show out of nowhere. He was somebody up and coming. While
I
Kevin Hart was,
remember seeing one of his specials on, I believe, Netflix.
he had some Showtime,
Yeah,
some
that was
HBO.
after the show though.
This shit been a 10-year run for this nigga to fizzle out. Like it fizzled. And so now he's trying something different, in my opinion, and that's going to fizzle. He's just a fizzler.
Professional fizzler.
He's a professional fizzler because he's not that interesting as a person. He may be creative, he may be uh poignant, but what he's trying to do is sell himself, and he's just not that interested of a character. So it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know what he did before.
Oh shit, he was in Neighbors too. He was one of the fucking fraternity kids.
Was that before or after the Carmichael show?
Um, I don't recall. It was before I knew of the Carmichael show, but I might have just not been paying attention to this nigga, and I didn't realize who that was in Neighbors too. I didn't recognize him. I was like, oh shit, that's Gerard Carmichael.
Right? It's
It
like,
just
you know
clicked in
what
my
I'm
head
saying?
now. Like, oh shit, that was that
I
nigga.
don't recall this motherfucker until his show. The shit we seeing on his list right now is not until after his show. all of these credits, they're from after the show. This motherfucker is not an individual that was long in the industry. I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he had a long. I'm gonna go by check this motherfucking history. I don't give a fuck. He be on some whole nigga shit all the motherfucking time, and it took a minute to for that shit to come out because he was hanging around motherfuckers who was doing things entertainingly. Loretta Devine, Dave Allen Grill. I like that show. I ain't gonna hold you. It was entertaining.
I didn't realize that show was 10 years ago.
Damn near.
God damn.
Yeah. 2000 what? 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely thought that show was more recent than that.
Yeah, nah. That's when he came about. Yeah, so 10 years ish been around. Damn near a decade now. But I give him 2014, maybe 2013. Maybe around that. But the show was like 15. Yeah. But this type of motherfucker they give you. They know who they dealing with. You think it's a person that you're supposed to exalt and hold up. And that's what we was doing. We was holding them up. Gerard Carmichael, he doing some things. Look at what he doing in the show, and it's all good. And he got Lil Rel out here, and Dave Loudon Grill, Loretta Devine, yay. And then we started listening to this motherfucker, and every time he opened his mouth to say some shit, he puts his fucking foot in it. And you increasingly dislike this motherfucker to the point where, you just say anything to have any attention, to the point where now I'm the slave in my own fantasies with my boyfriend. Also, you come out more than any other person in your community. I didn't know it was a tour.
See, you only have to come out once.
You come up with you gave one time.
Hey, no, hell no. Him, Tyler the Creator, and Frank Ocean. All three of them motherfuckers come out like 17 times.
Frank Ocean came out one time, and we were surprised. He made an orange album. Was the orange album he came out or purple?
That was the last time that nigga came out.
Pink Matter.
Pink Matter?
No, I think that was the second one. All right, so it might have been orange.
I think Frank Ocean came out fairly early in his career, and he's just been out since then.
Hell no.
Carmichael makes other announcements about his sexuality on a regular basis, like he's exploring new depths of it. And he tells you he's weird about shit. He's a very, very awkward, weird individual.
I think the asexuals is just coming out being gay to be anti, because it's edgy. Like asexuals, like, you know what? I don't like nobody. I can say I like these people. I'm ready on the asexual revolution, though. It's coming. Somebody's eventually gonna be like, you know what? I don't like none of you niggas. I don't like nobody. I don't like men. I don't like women. I don't like pets. And then that's gonna be the new revolution. Mark my words, you heard it here first. 2030, the asexual revolution.
The asexual revolution.
I don't like nobody. I don't even like nothing. That's how I know I don't like nobody, because nothing. I despise orgasming.
Anti-orgasm.
Orgasm 2030.
Wow.
But yeah, I think Gerard Carmichael is one of those asexuals that just fucking, you know what? I don't like nobody, so let this nigga spit in my butt.
Yeah, I don't know how you get there from not liking nobody though. But yeah, I don't. He a weird motherfucker.
Yeah.